I had
That's fair.
I had a lot of heavy clients today.
Can't relate.
Welcome to the DEI Advisory Board meeting. We've got a fun, packed agenda tonight. The first is I wanted to do an overview of what we've been working on since our inception. And I know that there are some folks who had some questions. There was some misinformation out there. And so can you shut that?
Yeah, I'll get it.
No.
Never mind, it's already up.
Sorry, I forgot the camera. So I put together this little slideshow for us to go over it. I'm pretty proud of it. I've been learning how to do
Very
this.
fancy.
Are you liking this?
I'm
Okay.
loving it already.
So.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, why is it
look at
not on that one?
that. Okay.
This
Because
one
that would be very
is not-
convenient.
That would just be too easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, moving on. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
So,
This is perfect.
the DEI Advisory Board was first created in 2022. We are the OGs. We are the last surviving members. And it was created, it's a board created through the city council. And the board makes up 2 city council members, 2 city employees, where we currently have 2 vacancies, and 3 city residents, and we currently have 1 vacancy. So I did warn you, if you didn't send me a good picture, this is what you get. So, Alexi,
Alexi.
Alexi, is that your new nickname?
She's
That's
a
your,
Russian.
I can update that. I can fix that. Yeah, so this is, if you have suggestions, edits, corrections, typos, we will fix those. Thank you, Alexi. Your nickname. So we're looking for two folks, two city employees or Board of Health. And
Oh my God, what a perfect picture.
You like
Thank
that?
so much. Yes.
You like
that
Yes, this is
beautiful.
actually a really solid picture.
Yeah.
Thank
well,
Same
I had to do some stalking, and there you go.
Good. That is a very
So we-
lovely single chin picture. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. I thought you looked lovely.
Oh, thank you.
So we are still looking for one more resident. The only requirement is that they're over 18 in the resident. So board programming, we've done a bunch of stuff. What we sort of decided from the get-go was we were going to start with more of the welcoming, inclusive vibe. That was sort of we felt like that was the easiest reach, the most gentle opening. I know initially people when they were first hearing about this, they were thinking we were going to demand police minimums and things like that, which is not part of our agenda. And so I think this sort of was underlining what we were focusing on. So we've had 2 Hispanic Heritage Festivals. The first one was absolutely mind-blowingly beautiful, tearful, stunning. The second was less so. We didn't have the same community connections. So that's something so that's why we didn't do one last year. I would love for us to look at doing one next year. But we really need the community to step forward to help with that. Then we've had 4 years of MLK service days. And I think everybody here has participated. Yes, we've done that for 4 years. And that's just phenomenal. One of the things I love best about it is it creates further connections. At the last food, we were working at Woven Oak, and members of one church were volunteering in another church, and how can we work together to support these food programs? And that's the dream, is that it strengthens the fabric of our community. That we've had 2 blood drives. Actually, that's a picture of the very first donation of blood I ever gave, which I'm super proud of. Atticus said I shouldn't post it because he thought it would make some people squeamish, but I don't know. I was pretty down with it.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
It looks very healthy and iron rich.
And what's just sort of a sappy story, I took a moment and just sort of thought of where it was going and just sort of said my best wishes with it. And my sister-in-law, who's an ICU nurse, says they always take this made me cry. They always take a moment to recognize the donors as they hang a bag. And I just thought that was so lovely.
Wait till you get a letter from a doctor or a leader at University of Cincinnati Hospital saying your specific blood saved 2 lives or whatever. And I've given for many, many years, and I enjoy doing it. I love doing it, but I enjoy doing it for that exact purpose. I got that letter in the mail, and I was like, what? So maybe you
saved 2 lives.
Yeah, at least, right? So that feeling is unlike any other.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really good. And you have a picture.
Let's see. The other thing that we did was we worked on the Marsh Park historical marker for an update. The marker is at the marker maker place. It's the big bronze
The
foundry. Yeah, brown. Yeah,
I think that's
I think that sounds right. So that we do need to start talking about the celebration that we want to do later. That's actually on the agenda for later. We also did the beautiful daffodil bulb planting. We planted 1,700, well, actually it was over 1,700 bulbs to recognize the 1,700 signatures that were on the petitions that were brought to City Council back in 1922 to remove the Black families from their home. I'm still working forward for the plans for a mural on the basketball court. Right now, we need grant funding in about $30,000, which is on my to-do list. I've got some ideas. There's a little half basketball court there, and the community from the survey that we did a year or so ago, 2 years ago, it's all a blur now, they felt like that would be a really good addition to that neighborhood, is to have that in more working condition. It's really pretty rough. So the idea is to have it resurfaced and then have the high school students do a mural. I'd love to do a mural, like a contest where they submit ideas with a theme around reconciliation or peace or justice or something along those lines. And then the community could vote on it, and then we could have a day of painting. So that's the vision, that's the hope and the plan. And that's what's going on with Marsh Park. And the daffodils did come up beautifully this year. If anyone got a chance to. Every year it'll be a little bit more and a little bit more. Pride Month. This was really cool. So we did, we've done 2 flag raisings, Alexis.
Correct.
And then last year we did the Pride market, which was a huge success. So we're going to be doing that again this year, and we can talk about that more later. And then the Norwood Mound. There is Susan Daniels and I are continuing to work on the historical marker. It's taking a lot longer than we anticipated for a couple of reasons. One is it's really important that we get tribal input on that for us, for me. I think for the community, this is their heritage, this is their historic space. So it's just taking longer than we would like. So it's not going to be until next year will be the application, which gives us plenty of time. Just some sort of tangential stuff to Norwood Mound is a grant was received, and so they will be from a nonprofit, and they that will pay for some tree removal and invasive honeysuckle. That was those were the top priorities from the landscape architect. And then the community reached out and was wanting to keep, there's an old tennis court, so that they're going to kind of try to zhuzh that up a little bit. But down the road, we do want to look at having a small, sort of maybe like a playscape, a more natural play area. The towers are coming down. They have to come down. I think they're planning to do it this spring, next year, Alexis. It's coming up. The towers. Do we have a date on when the towers are coming down?
There's
Okay.
2 towers?
There's 2 towers. One was built, I should know this. One is much older than the other.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And-
you can really only see the bigger one.
Yeah, so they both have to come down. There's discussion about, we're hoping to keep some, or we're planning on keeping some of the panels so we can do something cool with them, since we can't save the whole thing. I mean, back in the day, it was a pretty spectacular, it had the really neat spiral staircase going up, and it was really lovely. So, again, Fantasyland, there are thoughts that we could possibly do like a small observation deck or something. That's way down the road, but we really want to make sure that this special park is really tended to. And that's Norwood Mound. Oh, and then we had the Driving the Green Book collaboration, which was really exciting. Driving the Green Book had a Smithsonian exhibit, traveling Smithsonian exhibit that was here at the Freedom Center. And we had a panel discussion and some book club readings in connection with the Freedom Center, the Harriet Beecher Stowe House, the Hamilton County Library, the Norwood Library, and the Norwood Historical Society. and we had a really powerful conversation about the history of the Green Book as well as its impact on the Norwood community. And we have been invited to bring that talk to a local historic conference. It's on my calendar. I can't remember where it is, but that's pretty exciting. Oh, boom. Was that it? Is that the end? There's the end. Okay. Want to get involved? I started if you guys want to take a look at this, I started a Google document or a form where if people are interested, you can give us your name, your email. Maybe you don't want to be on the board. That's too much. You don't have enough time or energy. You don't care that much. That's also fine. But you really, really want to do something with Marsh Park, or you really want to do something with Pride. We would love to have more hands. We would love to have more community engagement. So you can add your name and we will reach out and chat with you and make sure you get all the info you need. But I thought that would be a way of having a softer entry, a lower cost entry. And if you're interested in being on the board, we want your name. And if you have other ideas, we'd be happy to have them. Just remember, it's kind of right now the four of us who all have full-time jobs. So we want your ideas, but we want your help. So that's sort of the overview, which takes us to board recruitment. But besides Alexis's name being misspelled, other things that I forgot or that we should highlight.
I think you outlined a lot of hard work.
I think you really knocked it out of the park.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe I will get my day job. Joking. I'm being very hungry.
Are there, I'm feeling like maybe like Pride Month and then Hispanic Heritage Month and then anything through the holiday? I feel like
So I
maybe there might be
put on
something.
the form, and you know what I didn't do? I didn't check the QR code. So that's awesome. But it's the MLK Day of Service, the MLK Day Blood Drive, Pride Month events, Hispanic Heritage Festival, being on the board, and Marsh Park Historical Marker Celebration Planning.
Yeah,
I feel like that's when it's top of mind.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're right, we're doing this like December.
But it's, we have plenty to do otherwise. We start planning for Martin Luther King Day of Service.
Yeah.
Like not-
Yeah,
October.
so, okay. Well, I don't put in more. I just want to make sure we're getting everything counted. Not that that's not plenty of work.
Oh, Lydia's house wasn't on there.
That's true, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
I felt like some
Lydia's
donation.
house.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Women's
Yeah.
History Month donation.
Yes.
For those who don't know.
Thank you.
Yes.
Share about Lydia's house, please.
For Women's History Month, I think started 2 years ago. This was the third year. Just as something for women in our community. I decided we could do a donation drive for Lydia's house. And if you don't know what Lydia's house is, they do transitional housing for women and children in the community. Their big house is on my street in addition to some of their other stuff. They are an amazing organization. They change people's lives every day. So it was just, I don't want to say an easy way, but it feels so easy to actually just ask people to put out some supplies and give to this organization. I feel like every year it's been nice. And it's just something for women and children in our community. So. And of course, those benefits also stretch out to men. I don't want it to feel like when women do great, we all do great. So that is why we focus on Lydia's house during March.
All right, I'll be sure to add that. In terms of board recruitment, I did get, I've had a couple people reach out to me with wanting more information. I think it continues to be a challenge of time and resources. I invited several people to come tonight. So one thing is, I don't love this format. in terms of us sitting at these tables. And so I just want to throw, would you guys think about, I don't know, being in the community center, or since it's a board meeting, we have to be public and open, but would the community center feel less stuffy?
Do we have to record the meetings and post them somewhere, and do we have the capability to do that there?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can meet somewhere else.
Do you just want to use the round tables at the community center, or?
that's what I was thinking.
Okay. I mean, the conference room here was good. It's just a little sad down there.
Yeah.
I liked the table setup more. It's just, it's the lack of natural light for people at home. It's nothing to do with the facilities necessarily. It's that it's in the basement, which cannot be helped. Is there a camera in that meeting room?
No.
There's not.
No, I think that would be actually my.
That'd be
preferred room.
perfect. Yeah. Maybe we should talk to Steve about it.
What are our options, at least? He would probably know, like I said, recording capabilities or
Yeah.
accessibility to
Yeah, I mean, they
the public.
can record pretty much, and like they've done things outside. So a lot of places would be available. Part
Maybe
of
if we
it.
could do a simple setup in there. It's because I don't want to talk about Steve when he's sitting there watching
If you have
this.
some sort of like portable type camera with microphone
Microphone.
capabilities, you should be fine. Especially if it's a smaller setting. So I don't think that that's ruled out. Is what I
Okay.
mean.
Is it,
I'm thinking more of like the sound at the community center. I feel like is always
Yes,
an issue
it is.
when we turn on the air.
Oh yeah, the air conditioning
it's about to
not
be summer.
turning on and off.
Yeah.
And it's a huge room, so being in a huge room and just a few people might be a little off balance too.
Is it accessibility, like the community center might be easier for folks to attend, or just you're here a lot? And
I think the community center is a little more in the community. I think it's a little more less, I don't know, intimidating. You know, going to City Hall might feel kind of stuffy for
That's
folks.
true.
okay.
Um,
Well, we can kind of try.
but just keep your thoughts on, and maybe we'll try something different next month. And
Yeah. Is there? I mean, are they open?
I feel like
we
a
could
little
reserve
kid.
it.
I'm like, let's have class outside.
I mean, let's have class outside.
We'll see if we can do that.
Okay.
Except sort of board recruitment adjacent, just sort of being more welcoming. I'll do another social media post. I'll ask the city if they can post with the QR code. I can draft another letter to staff. I think the biggest challenge with staff is that they're not reimbursed for the time, and once they're home for the day, they want to be home for the day.
I think we all understand
We all
that
understand.
desire.
And be very sympathetic to that.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what to do about that, except know that it's a
Are we
challenge.
required to have?
It was part of the board's creation.
Yeah, maybe we could
Does it?
replace that person with another.
Amend
I know
it.
we're still looking residents for residents, but
Maybe we could talk.
certainly
Yeah.
20,000 people a pool would be easier to.
Get more people than 200
Yeah.
staff. So that would be,
I think we'd have to talk to the law
Law
department
department.
about amending the resolution that created this. I think it's a resolution.
or maybe we could do something like, if we can't get if we can't get a city employee, then we could have a, you know what
Yeah,
I
like
mean?
have a little more flexibility. That's probably a good idea. I think
Alright.
that's actually a great idea
Okay.
to have some legalese in there about should no employee be interested in the position.
In the event that there is no
Appropriate employee
appropriate
candidate.
employee. Well, I don't like the sound of that.
Or is
Sorry.
there any way to go back and request them to be part of their hours, and they.
I think we
those
could-
are the two avenues I think we had. So like, which one's the least resistance?
I mean, we can ask. I asked the HR and she said no.
But
Which I understand.
Right, I get that part,
Yeah.
for sure. But like, if we say that it's like maybe overtime is not approved, but maybe like
Comp time.
flexing hours, in a public setting, I've done that. So perhaps we ask the question a little differently, maybe, and see if we're not asking for overtime approval, we're asking for a flex time. Now we also need to get that employee. We have to find.
We still have
that
to find a
employee.
person.
Yeah. So if said employee, it does not exist yet, is. But that would be some incentive, right? Like,
Yeah.
Tuesdays or Wednesdays, whatever day of the week it is. Your late day,
Mm-hmm.
once a month.
Yeah, once a month.
Yeah.
This is not.
To hang out with us.
I know. We're
And
awesome.
for anyone at home, it is only a once a month
Only
obligation.
once a
1
month.
hour, and we are very cognizant of time.
And if you want to come volunteer your time at our events, but that's really it.
We would love to have you.
And you're aware of most of them now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
I will say of my Norwood activities, this one is, I don't want to say less demanding, but certainly less demanding than my city council duties.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, good, yeah, certainly hope so.
Yeah. I just want people to be, I would say this is manageable, certainly.
Maybe a request for you guys, if I do like a social media post, can you share it with your universes? Okay,
A very limited social media universe.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, mine's getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, I will likely have conversations with neighbors and stuff like that more than. Just gotta get somebody to show up.
I wonder if,
We can do it.
should we put up community, how did you guys hear, oh, you were personal
Yes.
Personal
hunt down.
recruitment.
Yes.
Yes.
Facebook.
Facebook.
I'm pretty sure it was Facebook or I think it was Facebook, and I responded to. I don't know if it was from city specifically, or was it from Norwood Strong, or one of the many Norwood.
I don't know that Norwood Strong posted it.
Don't know.
I can try to see if they'll post it.
Yeah.
Did you post in the organized women group
Mhm.
last time?
Yeah.
It's so hard to get people to work for free.
I know.
Just come work for free, everybody.
But one of the really, I don't remember if I shared this last time or if it happened after the last meeting, but someone was scrolling through Facebook and happened upon our meeting. And right at the moment we were bemoaning, we're lonely, come hang out with us. And so she listened. And that's who reached out. So that was,
Fantastic.
yeah. So she's going
Now
to
we're
see if she,
excited and less lonely.
I know.
Speaking of cognizant of time, we're halfway through, and then we are only about a quarter of the way
Okay,
through our
I'm-
agenda, so.
I will be so fast.
No,
Okay.
no, you're fine, but just.
Is there anything else for board recruitment? We just need to,
Talk to people.
Maybe flyers would help. I know we talked about that last time.
We can do a social media.
We can try. Yeah,
Are we
social
allowed
media.
to use like a Norwood Strong, which is not like an official.
yeah, I mean, we can
We can
request, you can ask them to share it, but sometimes
I
they
can post in
don't
there, sometimes
want,
don't.
they want to be very
Yeah.
apolitical, which I
Well, we
appreciate.
will throw some spaghetti at the wall, and I try to be in every page I can, just to say, in the know, so I can, if they take it, great, if not,
You're very brave.
I am very brave.
Yes,
I
yes.
do just like to be in the know.
To be a fly on the wall.
Because sometimes there are kids at 3:30 in the morning that pull on your door handles, and you do get a phone charger stolen. But had I kept my eyeballs on the many pages that posted about it recently,
Of all the things.
I might still have that broken phone charger. So have a good time.
Yeah,
with
enjoy that.
Jerks.
We used to have that happen with some regularity. And
I think
I
it's
feel
happening
like
again.
recently it's happening again because I see it on the Pleasant Ridge and on the Norwood pages, but I don't know, taking a chance, living life on the wild side. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, there's plenty of pages to try.
Okay. We can,
Post about it.
Oh, next door. Does anybody have a next door account?
I
no.
feel like it's so,
Oh.
it gets buried with
Okay.
ads. It's so oppressive.
Okay.
Log
All right.
into next door.
I love all three of you.
Yeah,
Like,
no, that's like,
No, I did
that's like the LinkedIn of
It is the LinkedIn of
government stuff.
neighborhood apps.
I also would say politically, it doesn't tend to lean towards DEI.
I
Okay.
would agree with that.
Yeah. My sister got kicked off next door
Oh, interesting.
for telling people where Brock Turner lived in Dayton.
Oh,
Feel free to Google that one, guys.
yes. Oh, yeah.
You're right, we should know our rights.
Yeah,
What
So
is
the
the next
Know Your
agenda
Rights
item?
red cards. I did find out that our printers here should be able to do the card stock.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know what we're talking about? Know Your Rights red cards.
I
So
can infer, but
I
it's the,
can infer.
help me.
Okay.
Yeah.
so they are little red cards, and you unfold it, and it has all of your rights, and you can have, usually one side is English and the other side is another language. And Alexis and I talked about wanting to have some of those in the community for some of our residents. And so really, it would just be a matter of us supplying the card stock, except do they want you to print white on red? In which case...
So yes, what I'm looking at now, the card is red, the font is white.
So you can't do that on a printer.
We could do red paper.
Red paper but black font, right? You can't copy white.
Can you not? Yeah. If it's a color printer.
It would be a copier.
Oh, that would be a lot of ink.
Right.
Um,
So if it was red cardstock, you can't print.
How many cards were you thinking of ordering?
I don't know.
Well, I'll just say, based on the lowest price I'm seeing, I would be happy to order them.
Oh.
And we could get at least a couple hundred.
Oh my goodness.
Just the
I
paper
wouldn't think we need
or
a couple
the whole
hundred.
shebang?
Do we need a couple hundred?
That's why I asked.
A couple
The
hundred?
lowest you can order is 100. So we could do 250 for the same price, I believe.
20,000.
From a
Yeah, I
union-backed
think that's
store I'm
like-
looking at.
In terms of like ratio to residents, that's not a whole lot.
No,
Yeah.
because what we are 6%, is kind of 10%. We also do have to pick. They'd be in English, and I'm assuming we want Spanish.
Yes.
Because I think the majority of our non-English speaking population speaks Spanish.
Also, is it whose rights? Right, like,
Anyone's rights.
well, that changes on the regular currently, so like, what?
If we're going off the Constitution.
I was going to say, if we're going off of the law of the land, which is the Constitution,
Hey, I need a
every
reminder, sometimes I
every
forget.
single person who is on this
So there's a
soil-
baseline, so.
Yes,
Any
great.
person who is on this soil,
based on the current law of the land.
based on the current law of the land,
Which we,
As
that was
of
written
Wednesday,
a while
May
ago.
As of right now,
7th.
everyone has due process
Has
rights
due
if they
process.
are
As
within
of
the
right now.
Pretty old
constitutional.
rules, and they've all somewhat
Yes.
followed for most of our
yes,
lives.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yes.
the entire basis of Alexis and my career.
Correct.
You
Also, this entire American culture.
Yeah.
Right, noted. I
Um,
have seen Hamilton the musical. I understand.
love. So
Yeah, we're
the,
like 5.8%.
I'm looking at redcardorders.com, which is like the official Know Your Rights red card.
Ooh.
And the shop they recommend ordering from, which is union backed. But in English, it says you have constitutional rights. Do not open the door if an immigration agent is knocking. If you are inside of your house, show the card through the window or slide it under the door. Do not answer any questions from an immigration agent. If they try to talk to you, you have the right to remain silent. Do not sign anything without first speaking to a lawyer. You have the right to speak with a lawyer. If you are outside of your house, show this card to the agent. Ask the agent if you are free to leave. If they say you can, leave calmly, which everyone has those rights. So, anyone's familiar with Miranda rights or the show Law and Order, these should sound vaguely familiar. Any police procedural.
If you wanted to do that, I think that would be phenomenal. That would be
I can
lovely.
order these, yeah.
So they're already made, we don't have to. print
These
them
would be,
copy.
yeah. And I think
Okay.
these are like honestly the most basic instructions I've seen.
Yes.
I mentioned at a law and ordinance meeting, in case anyone else is watching this too, we have the Immigrant and Refugee Law Center here in Cincinnati, and they have paperwork you can fill out in case you have citizen children and you are not a citizen, because it's always good to have your paperwork in order. Frankly, even if you are a citizen, have your paperwork in order for your kids. Power of attorney, medical power of attorney, things of those nature. Always good to have filled out even before you go on vacation or things like that. So just, if you get on there, they have great resources. They have local resources for immigration attorneys. And actually, here, let me give you the actual website.
Yes.
It's irlawcenter.org. And that's our local immigrant and refugee law center.
And then I guess after we get them, we can discuss disseminating them. We can each take a little pile and,
I think, yeah, off Pike Market.
oh yes, that's a great idea.
We could stop at our Spanish stores too. We could go to the bakery and the market.
And all of our food trucks and,
Yes.
yeah. We talked about having a table at the farmer's market, the off-Pike market, for the city, and having a table there for this. And I'd totally forgotten about that. So that would also be under recruitment. People should come to off-Pike market anyway.
I'll just order these now.
Okay, Pride planning. Sam Bowling, Councilman Sam Bowling is all over this. We are going to be hosting it on Sunday, June the 1st. It will be at Victory Park and Mills, where the off-Pike market is. We are going to be doing a Pride market. She's got a sign-up sheet right now for vendors, which I did not put on here, but I will make sure that we have it at the next council meeting, and we can also start sharing that on social media as well.
Can you tell me the date one more time? Sorry.
Sure, Sunday, June the 1st.
June 1st. Great.
We're starting off June right here in Norwood. What was other? We also talked about doing, Alexis, we had 3 events.
Yes. Pride Market, slow roll bike ride. What was in the middle? Movie night. What's the last one? I'm missing a second one. Oh, I think chalk.
Oh,
Yes,
Chalking
sorry.
Lawson Way.
Pride Market for the first weekend, chalking for the second, and then slow roll bike ride, and then we were thinking movie night. That's on or off the table. It's very expensive to publicly play a movie, which
Oh,
The licensing
Yes.
fees.
yeah,
It's like what,
when you do it correctly, the
$400?
copyright.
noted. That feels normal.
Yeah.
But we're also going to be giving out free Pride flags for
Yes.
residents at
The Pride Market.
What else were we doing?
And I don't know if any big donor is listening. We would like to get a Pride banner. The city has changed its flag policy for good reason. But right now they are not letting any NGO or special interest flags be flown. But if we can afford a banner and get it city approved, it's another option that does not involve the flagpole necessarily. So that is a thought. And if anyone is interested in helping us out with that, it'd be greatly appreciated. Because again, we do this for free, do not make any money. So
It's like the opposite of making money.
one might say.
Do find ways to spend money.
But we are greatly rewarded, to be
Yes.
clear. We do keep saying we're not paid. We are greatly rewarded
We are-
in other
I
ways.
mean, I'm doing anything else for free, let me be clear.
Yes. Actually, yeah, this is my only job I do for free, really. My volunteer work through DEI.
I think there are other lots of really great ideas that we could potentially roll into this, either this year or next year. I know Eastside is doing a huge family pride picnic, which I thought was a really beautiful idea. And I don't know that we could swing that this year, but maybe that's something we could look at growing next year, that we could have the market with a picnic that would happen in the park. So I think that we've got a lot of room to grow with that. Anything else with the Pride Market? That's gonna be coming up fast.
So every
Yes.
so Sam has it under control.
Yes,
Just
if-
volunteers and people and bodies to do things.
Yes,
Yes.
feel free to email me or Susan if you want to apply, if you're a vendor listening, on the off chance you're watching us at home. The application's very easy. Fill it out, and we would be most likely very happy to have you at our Pride Market. It was very successful last year. Even the vendor, I mean, we all had a great time, but the vendors also were successful financially. So,
Yeah, the vendors were all asking if we were gonna do it again.
Yes.
Which is probably the
so
best.
come on out. We're ready to give you our money that we don't make here. Just kidding. We just keep coming back to cash.
We want-
I've really committed to this bit.
Yes, we want you to highlight that. And for the folks who don't know what a slow roll is, it's just driving your bicycle slowly around. That would be very community friendly. There's a slow roll, is it like trademarked? Is it like a,
I don't know.
but we would probably meet up somewhere and decorate bikes and then do like a little,
Yeah.
you follow all the bike safety.
Yes.
So it wouldn't involve closing down streets or anything.
It's very fun. I'll
It's
say,
very fun.
I'm not a bike person. I did the slow roll for Blank with Susan. It was, of course, that was nighttime in Cincinnati and the streets were closed. It was like 1,000 people. So it was a little different, but it's very fun to be out with your community and not expected to truly bike that hard. Biking's a lot more fun when it is intentionally slow. Yeah. And you're goofing off. And it was a great time. Yeah. So I'm into those now. I grew and changed.
Because of your
Yes.
The work
Yes.
is not paid for.
committee
Yes.
and your connections.
I was rewarded.
It was a really beautiful night.
It was. It was
Really wild.
I did not expect to enjoy it that much. I almost did not go. So I totally get why people don't want to sign up for an evening commitment, to be clear. But I almost did not go to that. And now I'm like, those are great. Those are so fun. So feel free if you want to help out, let us know.
Yes.
I think there's just so many fantastic ideas that we can do with these.
Yes.
Okay, calendar planning, basically, what do we have coming up next? And probably the next big thing would be the Hispanic Heritage Festival, if we can swing that this year. My first step is to try to have some conversations with a few people to see if they have an interest.
I know her plate is very full, but I know Amy Flott, who does the food trucks. She's an interpreter. So I don't know if she might have a link in or could at least help you communicate.
Oh, she's like one of my close friends.
Oh,
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
I know her from the courthouse. I can't say we're close friends, but I wish we were.
Oh, no, like I can literally text her right now.
Well, her and Sam, Mrs. Bowling, communicate for food trucks and things here because she's president of the food truck.
Yes, she is.
Yes. So I think we have a communication barrier with our,
I think that it's a communication and
Yeah.
it's also a bit of a community barrier. I kind of
Yes.
live in my own little, I don't leave my
so I don't
house
know
all
if she would be a good resource maybe to try to reach out.
I was also, do you know Eduardo? Of course you do. No, he is the soccer coach of the Norwood boys soccer team.
No.
And he was one of the gems of the Highland. Were you the gem of the Highland? And he is just this really amazing guy. Of course, he's one of those people who is doing a million things.
Relatable.
But I was going to have a conversation with him.
So we have several leads.
We have some, yes, we have some thoughts. And if people at
Yes.
home have thoughts, again,
Reach out.
check out the QR code.
You can just help with one festival if you
Yes,
want.
yes. I would really love to have that same vibe of that first event. It was
It was beautiful.
really,
I think I was out of town for the second one, but I also heard that was nice.
it was lovely.
Yes.
It just wasn't.
It's hard to beat beautiful like dancing
Yes.
in the street. That is
Yes.
that is a hard vibe to
That's
surpass.
why we need to bring dancing back to the street. It's going to happen. And then just sort of thinking way out, then after that would be the MLK. Quickly, my thought would be are people okay with doing it at Factory 52 again?
I thought that was successful, at least for the blood drive. There were a lot of people there.
And parking was far more ideal, even though it was really snowy, slushy. Like, at least you had a place to put your vehicle. And yeah, I thought that was great. And when the sidewalk was still kind of mucky, they came right out and cleared a spot for us. So yeah, I think that was really successful.
Okay.
And I know people walked in too. Like there was there were pedestrians who just walked in to donate blood, which I was unsuccessful at, but I tried.
But you tried.
I tried.
Okay,
You did
And
try.
my weak little vein.
Try.
This month they're doing a really nice FC Cincinnati quarter zip.
Oh,
mean,
I love a
I'm
quarter
just like,
zip.
I don't have any FC stuff.
If I didn't think these would immediately fail, I'd go try. I just feel bad getting the swag.
Your vein.
They fail.
They fail these right here.
Did you drink enough water?
I did. The nurses at my own doctor's office get frustrated. Like
Awesome.
it is always a
They're
problem.
probably at first like, oh my god, we can see it. We love that.
Yes,
And
and
they're
then
like, oh, they're giving you.
they are all weak.
Yeah.
They're very yes, mama, give me nothing.
It's not gonna say anything.
It's almost pride. Okay, let me. A little crazy.
Fantastic. Yes, we should do that later again.
Yes, I think it was successful at Factory 52.
Good.
Got a little off topic there.
All right.
And then you can go in and get yourself a delicious meal of whatever you like because
It's true, yeah.
the selections.
It was not open in the morning.
It was open by the time I was done.
I think
Okay.
remember we were inside at
That's right,
around
it started
10-ish,
10.
maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So maybe a later, well, we should work around the bus actually. I was going to say maybe a later start time, but whatever
So
time
we
the
can know
van
that like
bus is
our
available.
group can go or like take the earliest
Yeah.
appointments and then as we
Sacrifice for the snacks.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And probably I'll reach out, I don't know, soonish and see if we can get on the calendar for, a little closer to MLK Day.
I feel like it did work out great on a Saturday though. Was it a Saturday last time, right? Yes.
Yes, it was a Saturday.
Oh my gosh, that was
it was
only a
like
few
a week or
It was like the Saturday after all that snow because I remember coming home and my husband was trying to dig us out and then I was like, okay, I'll take a couple digs and I was like, I don't think I should really be doing this right now.
No.
And it was just like
They
the
say-
day to unearth your vehicle was,
Yes.
was that Saturday. I think we were that was
I don't even remember.
the poor man. I was just like, at this point, I can't even hold the sidewalk anymore. I'm so sorry. I love you so much, Ed. But we're just gonna get- He's retiring. He'll be fine.
Oh. Congratulations, Ed.
I'm right.
Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out when it was.
Last year?
Yeah.
It's probably in my phone calendar. I can look
Well,
real
it's
fast.
in. It was on Saturday the 11th.
January.
That's pretty close. That's within a week.
And MLK Day is the 20th.
Oh, well, week and a half.
Yeah.
We're
Less
in the
than
same
2.
month. It's
Same
Yeah.
month.
fine.
Less than 2, I'm saying a week.
And nobody said, why are you calling this MLK Day when it's
Right.
not MLK
If
Day?
they filled out a comment card, which doesn't exist, and said they were upset that it was not close enough to the holiday, we might consider it.
Any other unfinished business?
Nothing for me.
Nothing from you?
No, man.
No?
Come out for Pride.
Yeah, Pride's gonna be really fun. this
I'm very
year.
excited. Councilwoman Bowling has gone hard. She wants this full month.
Yeah.
And
Was
she
it
used
not-
to.
Did she not go hard last year? 'Cause
She
I
did.
felt
She
like
did
we
one-
could feel it.
She did one day full.
Yes.
So now she wants to do a full month
Um,
or 4 events full.
and she spent many years on the Cincinnati Pride Council, so she can do this. That's why she's so good at it.
That's good experience. Right there.
Yes.
It shows.
Yes.
And then we have no community comments. I was just gonna check on Facebook. I think we're being recorded and not streaming live.
Oh, okay.
Every once in a while, somebody has something to say that's worth sharing. Nope, nothing. All right, snooze you lose.
It's a lovely day out. I can't blame.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Can't blame anybody for not being on Facebook right now.
But again, we have this awesome QR code. Oh wait, I got one more.
Oh my god.
So
We are
I wanted to
excited.
share
We
these
are
pictures.
so
This
excited.
is from the this is from the deck. But the picture of those are some of our public works friends who were helping with the drills for the bulb planting.
Yeah, that was a good great idea in theory.
Yes, in theory.
I think those batteries die
Yes.
really fast. That's okay.
And then
A
you
for
can't
effort.
really see it, but we have our friends from Peru at the bottom picture, and then flags from Pride Day, and the that's an architectural, not architectural, archaeological, a picture of an archaeological find from a mound downtown Cincinnati.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so there are probably things of that nature in our mound,
Heck yeah.
part of our history. Yeah,
Let's get excited.
let's get excited. I was going to change it, but I couldn't.
PowerPoint, girl.
Yeah.
I mean, on the off chance anyone is watching.
This is a wild DEI advisory committee.
I just want to
With
say,
the PowerPoint.
truly, these events are so fun, and they are a great way to get out with your community. And I truly have found it very rewarding. I don't want people to think the bit was real. I love doing this. I loved working with all of you, and I love the events we have. I really do. And volunteering's been great. Even the community service aspect, like again, so rewarding. So you meet people you would never meet. You talk to neighbors you wouldn't normally see, and everyone's lovely. Norwood's a lovely place. So I am excited.
Yeah. So, on that note,
Shall
I
we
just,
adjourn at
I was
6:51?
just gonna share our next meeting is, he's scrolling. It is Wednesday, June the 4th. Oh,
After the
it'll
market.
be after Pride,
Yeah.
after a Pride market.
We can talk about our future Pride events
Yes.
at that too. So,
Ah.
yes,
Yeah.
it's coming up fast.
And it'll be good to talk about the success because it
Yes.
was successful.
Yes.
It is going to be bomb.
And if we need to, all four of us be together again, which I don't think we do, we can schedule something. All right.
All right.
I think we are good.
Thank
We are
you,
adjourned.
everyone.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.